Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Double XC podcast. I am your host, Xavier Excellence Collier. Those are my gaming initials, XXC. Today is Saturday, December 3rd, 2022. And right now, I am here with my co host, Punky Ail. Say what's up.
What's up, guys? It's Al.
Okay, so the last time we recorded a new episode was episode 11 was recorded in May. We recorded together episode 10 in June. So it's been July, August, September, October, November. 6 months. I know what y'all thinking. I forgot about it. I ain't forgot about it. I just been too busy trying to finish this semester. But hey, we back. So we're together, just chilling on campus, and we're going to talk about all things Thanksgiving. I don't want to talk about holiday chaos, but we're going to do it. We're going to talk about holiday chaos, maybe Philly sports. I had Oh My God skit part 2, but I don't know if I want to do it. We're going to talk about Real Talk, holiday chaos, films, Punky Ail's playlist in the past 6 months, TV, gaming, and then music. So we'll start off, holiday chaos. What's Punky Ail? You want to start? What's your favorite thing about Thanksgiving?
Hey guys, I'm back. Hello. So Thanksgiving was very interesting for me. My life this year has been very drastic. A lot can happen in a year. I don't think we take the time to realize that, but yeah, I'm still reeling from all the changes that I've made. I'm currently in the middle of kind of moving from one part of the city to another that's really far out and kind of expensive to get out of. So I was in this tug of war between should I stay for my partner's Thanksgiving, which was very porky, and I don't do pork like that at all actually, or I had the option of being with my mom's side of the family or extended family. So it ended up being my mom telling me to go and have Thanksgiving with her extended side of the family, and she was okay and cool. My biggest goal was just trying to spend more time with my mom, because I'm pretty sure you guys know relationships with parents can be rocky at times, but hey, there are parents at the end of the day, and they're still human. But I survived Thanksgiving, thankfully, with no pork. No disrespect to all the pork lovers. And yeah, it was pretty chillin'. The best part about Thanksgiving was the abundance of food and the pie. I'm always a pie girl wherever I go. If I'm being invited to someone's house for Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving, we got to do another Friendsgiving. I miss Friendsgiving.
Me too.
But I usually bring sweet potato pie or apple pie. What's your favorite pie? Anyway, how was your Thanksgiving, X?
For me, it's all about the food mainly. Just eat it quick and then go back to my studies or my meditation while the chaos settles. Cause I think this is part of my skit. I get we're supposed to enjoy the time we have with our family members, but I think growing up, having all these dinners, it's getting a little overrated because we do the same thing. And this is coming from someone who has a big family on my dad's side that has a lot of parties, like birthday parties and dinners. Respectfully, I know my mom was watching this, but this is a roast session. Yeah. I enjoy the food. Some people I enjoy seeing, but it gets a little overrated. We doing the same stuff, and you know what Cat Williams say in the Pimp Chronicles. Don't show up to birthday parties. They were doing the same thing they was doing last year. Been there, done that. See you pimping. But favorite thing, mostly the food. Sometimes the Thanksgiving parade. I didn't go last year. I watched it on TV because the passing of a very important teacher from my high school passed away, Miss Oliva Davis. She helps with the performing arts high school dancers. But watching it on TV, it was still pretty good.
We actually, the day before, we thought about going to the Thanksgiving Day parade because we've been before, but at the last moment I was like, oh man, I can't do it because I live too far and I literally like have to like set aside 2 hours just to travel. It's a bit of a hassle, guys. But yeah, rest in peace, Miss Davis. She was a wonderful spirit. I kind of regret, but also don't regret because I'm not big on funerals. Funerals just I couldn't even go to my own pop. Sorry, I didn't die.
It was less for fuel, more of a celebration. It was actually at the Met Philly. That was my first time at the Met Philly. I've yet to be at a concert there, but I got to see a lot of familiar faces. It was a good amount of people. It was good. Dancing, singing. She's a black belt, so we have some martial arts performers. Yeah, that's all I have. Holiday chaos. We probably gonna do a Christmas New Year episode, but that's all the holiday chaos I can think of. It's hard being in a small room with a lot of people, and especially for Christmas. Like we have to do Pollyannas, which is like a what's it called for white people? A white elephant Christmas.
That's what I'm doing for work. For work, I've been invited to a work party at Shake Shack, and we're doing white elephant. So to be honest, I think I might just like crochet something because I don't. They said the limit was $10, but like I'm trying to budget. Pro tip: I am. X here is learning a lot about like financial wellness. Is it?
Yeah, financial wellness or financial literacy, as you would call it. I gotta slow down a bit. Financial wellness or financial literacy, as you would call it.
I'm trying to be a more responsible 20-something-year-old, but I've been talking to X a lot about like my finances and getting some insight from him. Maybe he'll spill some top secrets, not some top secrets, but some top tips for you guys. If you're interested, let us know.
Yeah, I might do it for episode 13. Even though that's the probably the holiday episode. So that's all we have for holiday chaos. We're gonna try do this quick. It's been 7 minutes so far. Okay, so real talk. Do we want to talk about the Philadelphia sports teams? It's been a good fall semester. The Eagles had an 8-0 streak in the beginning of the season. The Phillies. The return of Red October, the Phillies returned to the World Series. They lost, but we were all excited to see them back at the World Series since 2008. I was a kid when they were at the World Series. Still in elementary school. I remember when they won, everyone was banging pots and pans in the neighborhood.
So, this is related. But so the other day my mom was telling us about like Paramount Plus and this new movie that like kind of talks about like.
Wait, are we getting into movies right now? Because I thought we were still doing real talk.
Not movies, but I was wondering if any of you guys are interested or if you thought about possibly watching the new fantasy football movie that stars a famous.
The girl from Blacked.
Oh yeah, the little sister from Blackish. I forget her name. Mad respect to that queen. She just turned 18. Happy belated birthday. But yeah, I'm slightly interested in it. The fantasy football movie. Talking about football makes me think of that because they keep showing. Because I've been watching a lot of football. Like my partner, we watch football so much. I never thought I would be sick of football, but here I am. But between every like commercial that they keep showing like the viewing for the football fantasy movie, so I'm just wondering if anyone's thinking about watching it.
Fantasy football on Amazon Prime Video. The actress is Marcy Martin. Sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Phillies bought the World Series, bought Red October back. Eagles is doing great in this semester. Not this semester, this season. And the Sixers are back. Sixers season is back. They're doing okay so far. I think the Flyers season is back too, but I honestly don't watch hockey. Also, the Union League was also in championships or playoffs. That's another thing. I need to get into soccer. The World Cup is right now, and we about to have the World Cup in 2026 in Philly. Like, I would definitely buy tickets to see that.
Right.
You know how many foreign women watch football, soccer?
Well, we're Americans. We're backwards. Football to us is it's backward. I'm confusing myself right now. What is it? Is it our football is their soccer, or their soccer is our football? Something like that.
drawing a pigskin is American football. Kicking a soccer ball around, that's foreign. That's a out of state football. Like it's say football and then there's football. Right. Like there's a U.
You get what I'm trying to say, right? X is trying to pick up some ladies. X is trying to pick up some ladies. I see. Just messing with you.
Moving on, that's all we had to talk about for Philly sports. Moving on, this is like a July topic. Was super late. Did you want to talk about Sesame Place being racist? Because I forgot about this. It was July.
I know nothing about this.
I saw this on the news. So one of the workers that was in the outfits for one of the Sesame Street characters, they were clapping hands at young white children, but there was 2 young black daughters. They didn't clap their hands, didn't high five them. And so they sued Sesame Place.
Did they win?
I'm not sure. I think there was another family that did a lawsuit of the same problem. It was July. I forgot about this. I can look it up while we're doing this. Okay, I'm looking at whyy.org, PBS NPR. July 30th by Emily Rizzo. Protesters. Wait, we have a Rizzo? Like Frank Rizzo? Moving on. Protesters make noise outside Sesame Place following racial bias claims. Protesters continue to make noise outside Sesame Place in Bucks County this weekend, 2 weeks earlier, after a viral video sparked accusations of racism and a racial discrimination lawsuit against the children's theme park. July 16 Instagram video, which has amassed over 939,000 views, depicts a Sesame Place character, Rosita, hugging a white child before walking past black children. Multiple videos showing similar incidents involving Rosita and other Sesame Street characters have also been spreading online. Among 7 protesters at the Sesame Place entrance on Saturday was Jamal Johnson, who had traveled about 45 minutes from Philadelphia's Germantown neighborhood to the park. Johnson said they were there to call out the park for practicing what they say is discriminatory behavior. Johnson said, "People do not have to agree with our presence here, but I'm sure you will agree that everyone should be treated equally, especially our little children. When they come here for good experiences, not to be snubbed, not to be ignored, and not to be discriminated against." That's all I'm going to talk about. You want to tell your thoughts, or?
This is my first time hearing this, but my ex can see my face twisting up. Little children should be protected. We should protect our children. They are the future. They are our future. You know what I'm saying? That's horrible. I had no idea about this, but I have been willingly been living under a rock. I am like Patrick Star right now. I'm online, but I'm not really online. I've been protecting my mental health, because sometimes with I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. Being online, there's always the danger of falling down a rabbit hole. You always gotta watch. In the words of my mother, you have to watch what you feed your mind, body, and soul. But yeah, that's not cool. Come on, Sesame Place. Everyone grew up with Sesame Place of our generation, you know?
Yeah, me too. We used to get discount cards, and for me and my family, we get I think the last time we went there was middle school. I don't think I've ever experienced that, but also I don't remember high-fiving any of the Sesame Street characters. Moving on, but that's about it. What else? We had spooky season topics, but it's not October, so we should just skip that.
The only thing I did for Halloween was get sick, and that really pissed me off. But I still managed to me and my partner, we ended up dressing up as Velma and that Shaggy dude. So we did it. We still did. We got in our Halloween kicks, but just after Halloween. That's all.
Just small cosplays and schoolwork, but that's all we have for Wheel Talk. We're about to get into films. Thor 4, Thor Love and Thunder. I know I just pronounced that wrong, DOR, but you know what I'm talking about. The God of Thunder, Love and Thunder. That was July. That was on our schedule. Should we talk about it on this episode? I don't have it underlined. Okay, so we're not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that another time, probably with other guests or with you. But right now we're going to talk about Black Adam. We did see that opening night, I believe, the Saturday, day 2. We were in a cosplay. I had my Black Adam shirt. You were dressed as an elf.
Yep. I just wore my elf ears.
So I had mid to low expectations for this movie. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, is a great actor, great fighter, and this movie actually surprised me. Like, the action, the story was actually on point. Like, I enjoyed it.
I have to second that. Well, y'all know that I have a bias. Like, Marvel makes some of my favorite and best films, but like, Dwayne The Rock has always been a pretty dope actor. Like, I've never had any problems personally watching him do his thing on the screen. You feel me? But the way that I love when actors step outside of their normal roles, because, you know, some actors get stuck in the same roles over and over. He wasn't like, he was different. I like that he was playing a more serious role, and I think X said that he's been preparing for this movie for like a couple of years. So like, that makes sense, because the movie, it was just the way it flowed, the way he acted, the way the storyline progressed, and the snappy, witty comebacks, and the quote.
Don't forget the superhero satire.
Right, the superhero satire, the Easter eggs from superhero pets. I'll let X clue y'all in on that. But I was really happy to see that they were being woke about it. Now, what I mean, without giving any spoilers, is that if you know Black Adam's history, and then you watch the show, you understand a little bit how it plays into like, how do I say this? Colonizing, because it's about like, I'll let X take over, because I don't know how to do this without spoiling it.
Yeah, it's been a month. I almost forgot about it. Here's what I can do. I almost look at The Rock like it was almost similar to Scorpion King, but better. Yeah, but yeah, it was good. They were in Africa, right?
It was a fantasy world, but it was something like that. It gave off like African or Israel-ish vibes.
I'm not going to go too hard on this because the movie was a month ago. I thought the movie was great. Hawkman, Mr. Aldridge as Hawkman was pretty good. He had funny parts. At Atomic Smasher was pretty funny. I think I would like to see more of Cyclops, and was it Cyclops or Cyclone? Y'all know what I'm talking about. And Dr. Fate, he was a total star. Like, I thought the actor that played him, he fit the part. And I feel like we're not seeing the last. I'm not spoiling it, but I don't think we've seen the last of any of them. But for an anti-hero DC movie, it was pretty good. The action was good. The surface, the location looked small, but it fit the part. Not gonna go too hard on this. I think we were gonna give it I give it an 8.5.
Yes, I agree. 8.5. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes I'm all over with my words, but what I was trying to say is I love how eloquently they handled his story of oppression. I like though how they added like witty, snarky, like the humor balanced perfectly. The humor didn't like overwhelm or anything. So yeah, and they had a kid who was skateboarding in it, which I loved. Like, skateboarders need more representation in Marvel films, and I thought that was so cool. So this is Punky Ail with our brief break. You can follow me at PUNK_AIL, or is that an inactive Instagram? I have no idea, but you can find out and let me know. And we're back.
I had to find my book so I can review these. The last notes we did together, I had to do it. I had to type it in. This time I'm just going to write it in because it's been a while. So, Black Adam, we both... Yeah, that water's for you. So, Black Adam, we just both going to give it 8.5.
Correct.
It was great. Some things could have been better. Like, there was a few awkward things like I was questioning, but the movie was pretty good. I think 8.5 is fair. Our opinions might change.
was really good for a DC movie. And I have always had this opinion. DC makes excellent TV shows, but their movies are like you take what you can get, you know? Marvel does really good with their movies. So I was impressed. Keep doing what you're doing, DC. I'm impressed.
One last thing, you need to watch Dwayne Johnson voicing Crypto in Super Life of Pets. There is an end credit scene in that, or mid credit scene. I'm not completely sure, but there is a scene. And the most important thing, somebody kind of spoiled it on like Warner Brothers posting. I wish I stopped posting it, but it's for Shazam 2. Black Adam might have a cameo because he is Shazam's Billy Batson's. Is Billy Batson, right? The most important thing is somebody kind of spoiled it. Somebody on the team somebody on the Shazam 2 team kind of spoiled a picture of it. Stop spoiling stuff. But Shazam 2, which is coming in March, which takes place in Philly, Black Adam might have a cameo or a mid-credit, end-credit scene because Billy Batson, Shazam, is Black Adam's greatest enemy because they both have powers of the gods. The problem is one of you is a kid, the other is an ancient man who lost his son, who was the original champion. If you haven't watched it. Now I'm doing it. But that's Black Adam. Great movie. Go watch it. So, next film is this is one for me. I've seen the Weird Al Yankovic story. I'm hoping my cousin Pinky got to see it. This is starring Daniel Radcliffe, who plays Harry Potter. Also in Horns, also in Now You See Me Too, and he had a jungle movie with Channing Tatum earlier this year. I don't remember it, but I thought for the Weird Al Yankovic story, most of it looked realistic. During the second half, it got a little animated sci-fi, but I thought the movie was good. I was jamming along to music. It wasn't meant to be funny, but there was some funny skits. I enjoyed it, and there was so many cameos, so many musicians like I remembered. So it's basically about his rise to being a musician and playing the what is that piano thing that's like a bang that you pull and push? What's it called? Accordion. That's what it's called, an accordion. And so his rise to power, being on drugs, meeting Madonna, people being changing the words of popular songs, but it was really good. Daniel Radcliffe was really great. I think I would give this movie 9 out of 10.
I haven't watched this. I have been low-key keeping tabs on Daniel Radcliffe. He's a part of my childhood. Even though I never watched any of the Harry Potter films. I know, shocker. But I read all the books and the fan fiction. Don't be ishing on fan fiction. I love fan fiction. Sometimes they rewrite and fix the story. And sometimes they write something different. So you take what you get. But I didn't watch it, but I did watch the Weird Al show. So does that star Al, the same Weird Al, or is this a different person?
I forgot Weird Al Yankovic has his own show. But it's not the it's probably not the same actor, not Dan Radcliffe. But Al Yankovic did have a cameo. But that's about it. It was like takes place in the 70s, 80s. He had a lot of songs like a surgeon cutting for the first time. No. Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Because I'm fair, you know it. What you know about that? Do you remember any Weird Al Yankovic songs?
No, I just remember the TV show, and he had like this one band. This band was called Bare Naked Ladies. If you know, you know. And I remember the Shoebox song. It was I forget how it goes, but he was singing about a shoebox and how like he didn't want his, or this other one where like he was, or the, I don't know if you guys know Bare Naked Ladies, but they were a guest on his show, the Weird Al show, and they sung this song about shoes, and then they had this one about like, if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you a fur coat, but not a real fur coat because that's cruel. It's a funny, kooky, weird song. But check out Bare Naked Ladies and the Weird Al show if you've never like grown up with the Weird Al show, or if you've never watched it. It's eccentric, so it's not everyone's taste, but it's fine. Back over to you.
Yeah. Oh, I just remember another song. Spending most our lives living in an Amish paradise. Gangsta's Paradise. R.I.P. Coolio. Okay. I think this is the last movie we have, and this is the big one. Thank goodness we have this on a Thanksgiving episode. Black Panther 2: Wakanda Forever. First off, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman.
Yes, rest in peace, my king.
So the movie started off with T'Challa dying, and it's more about everyone dealing with his death, and Shuri dealing with the responsibilities and pressure of Wakanda. So is her mother, and new characters being introduced, such as Namor, who is one of the original Marvel characters. And so looks like a big war is breaking out, but the movie story cinematics, it worked well. There were some awkward moments, but it was enjoyable. Punky, you want to give your thoughts?
I've been dancing in my chair and he's just looking at me like, what is she doing? But like, so the first time I started like wiggling and trying to get his attention was because I think it was X who sent me this, but there was this thing going around, or maybe this post going around saying, are we not going to talk about how none of the Avengers came to the Wakanda funeral?
The Black Hokage, shout out to Black Hokage. He has a second YouTube channel. It's called I'm Just Saying, SAYYAN, Super Saiyan Goku. So on I'm Just Saying, he actually has a more Black Panther 2 detailed review. It's actually titled Hidden Racism in Black Panther 2. He also said that like, why, well, spoiler alert, nobody's at Wakanda. And I think this is also because of Falcon and Winter Soldier. I almost spoiled the ending, but Sam and Bucky is kind of like suspended from coming to Wakanda. But then again, why is none of the, I know Hulk and Hawkeye are still around, why is none of the Avengers or heroes like Doctor Strange like at Wakanda? But then again, I think it's probably because, you know, only traditional or Wakandans only could come to the funeral. Because I'm not going to spoil it, but that's probably it. It's probably just for jokes that it's hidden racism.
Right. Is it racist if it's coming from black people? That's the real question. But Wakanda has been very strict. Remember, the first movie was about how like the brother of the king went to like the Americas, but like ended up staying there, and then the son came back. This is a bunch of spoilers if you haven't watched the first one, but if you haven't watched the first one,
it's 2018. They should have been watching it. It was 2018. Should have been watched it. It was the same year as Infinity War.
Right, but basically what I'm trying to say is like the first movie kind of talked about how they dealt with outsiders, even when it came from like, it was still their family, but the outsider, Killmonger, he was a part of the royal family, but he was still an outsider. So I don't know, I digress. But me personally, I loved Wakanda Forever. It was great, but there were some awkward moments, especially because like we have, like most scientists say, why are we trying to spend so much resources and money exploring the universe when we have a universe right underneath our waters? We don't understand the world of water, you know? So with that being said, I feel like it's kind of forgivable that most of the like wonky parts that I thought were wonky came from like when they were trying to really give us like insight on Namor's hidden treasure. Well, not hidden treasure, but hidden kingdom, hidden domain, is what I'll say. I really enjoyed the different stories, the different outfits. I loved how they expressed how there's like anger and grief and how that can turn someone, and the story was big on grief and anger and letting go and finding like support. I would say I would give it I think a 9.2. I feel like that's pretty high for Marvel, but I feel like that's low for me for Marvel, only because when you watch it yourself, there are some wonky bits. But I love the fact, spoiler alert, Ironheart was in that joint. I was so happy for that.
I mean, that's not much for spoiler. It was in the trailers. So Riri Williams, Ironheart, she was pretty funny. She was one of the highlights.
I remember buying Ironheart way back when and being like, wow, there's a black woman who in a different universe who is, our Iron Woman. I'm down for this. And then seeing Riri on the big screen, I was so happy. She came with that black girl magic, the black girl energy. She was giving, okay? She was giving what she was supposed to give, and I'm here for it.
Yes, I think all for jokes they were hitting. But I felt like at the end of the movie, I wanted more of Ironheart. I know we're getting a TV series, but I wanted, like, more.
Yes. I felt like she should have been able to keep the suit. Like, sure.
You're spoiling it.
Oops.
That's all I talk about. I think the actor that played Namor, he did a great job. I believe it was his first movie, because he said introducing. But I think he was great. Even though we have Scarlet Witch, who is from the X-Men, it's nice to finally introduce mutants into the MCU. What separates Namor from the comics is like his superpowers, but you would have to see the movie because I don't want to explain that. Angela Bassett was great as Queen Ramonda. I wanted to cry for her watching first and second movie. How impactful she was as a mother and like a leader for Wakanda and Shuri. Even though Shuri, I think we always said we wish they showed more Ironheart, even though Namor and Shuri were the highlights. Okoye is still great as ever.
I was just gonna say, now let me know what you guys think, but I felt like Namor and Shuri had a little bit of like romance. Like there wasn't any overt signs, but it was kind of subtle. But I thought Namor was trying to seduce Shuri to get her to, really believe his story and to believe the stuff that he was trying to present to her. But let me know what y'all think.
Yeah. One pet peeve I think is because there was a few awkward scenes, or I don't know if it was probably from M'Baku. M'Baku is funny as ever, but there was some parts like I was questioning, like no, here's my main problem with Wakanda Forever. I give it a 9.5, so I think altogether we're going to put it a 9.5. I can't give it a 10 out of 10 because there were some parts I questioned. As much as I can understand Namor's reason to protecting, I'm going to spoil the civilization's name. Is not Atlantis. It's what's it? It begins with a K. Let me search it. Talokan. I can understand why Namor was trying to protect the people of Talokan. The sign is like Wakanda has the sign of Wolverine, but they have the sign of like a shark hand, a shark mouth. Moving on, I can understand why Namor was trying to protect his people of the Talokan, but I like your reasons, but not the method. Like you're doing all this for something that could literally kill you or being exposed to the world. It's not sitting right with me, especially when you put in Riri Williams in the mix. And I'm spoiling the plot a little, but you gotta see the movie to understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, but most of the cast in this movie was great. What was her name? Letitia Wright was great. Angela Bassett was great. Denai Guerrera was great. Lupita, she was definitely good. I'm just talking about all the characters. Even Martin Freeman. There is a returning character that's going to be a big problem in the future MCU that might be in Thunderbolts, but I'm not going to spoil it. They are in the movie as well. I have a big pet peeve, but do you got anything left to say about Wakanda?
This is for Namor. I love you, you beautiful, handsome, misguided, tortured soul. Old man. How does the oppressed become the oppressor? Because if you watch the movie, you see his origins. And I really respect Marvel for being brutally honest about ancient history. I love how they're just brutal about, okay, yeah, this happened. We killed people, we slaughtered people, we enslaved people. But look, we giving y'all props back, okay? We giving it all back. We're being frank about what happened. But how do you go from being oppressed to the oppressor? That's not the way. That's not the way.
I thought his cousin Namor was kind of bad though. I wanted to see more of her. Y'all was showing more of the
female that was his cousin. The female that was his
yeah.
cousin?
Namor is Namor's cousin in the comics. Y'all was showing more of the other guy, and I forgot his name. But my biggest pet peeve was just awkward moments. Namor's methods doesn't make sense as well as his reasons make sense, but his methods doesn't. Right. The biggest pet peeve I had with this movie was not all the characters was as great as it could have been. One in particular, like, you introduced Namor, he was great. You introduced Riri Williams, aka Ironheart, he was great. The new character, Anika, played by Michelle Coel, like, she was shown in the first 10 minutes of the movie when they first showed Adora Milaje fighting people looking for vibranium.
Her?
Yes, she was one of the new characters. I was like, her scenes didn't sit right for me. Like, we're introducing a new character, so more of her, even though it's about Shuri Namor and Ironheart, like, show more of her. And like some of the scenes, it was like, why do I care about this new character? I'm not seeing that much from this character. And also because
the new characters, the female
the female guard that had like the double blades.
Right, I wanted to know more about her. Yeah.
And also it bums me out. Like, I was expecting this during the movie, not at the end of the movie, where she has like an LGBT relationship with one of the main Dora Milajes that's in Falcon and Winter Soldier, as well as the original Black Panther.
Right, you're coming with the X is coming with the heavy hitters. I forgot about that detail. It was confusing, but I kind of brushed it off. I was like, fine, whatever. They'll get around to it. But then they kind of just gave us this like, oh well, ta-da, and I'm just like, but what?
Yeah. So positives, we still love Black Panther. Positives, great. Maybe it was the CGI that might be a negative, but I didn't think that much of the CGI. I thought it was good. Right. So positives, action and plot was great. Great acting, great world building and grieving. Negatives, some pet peeves. Not all the new introduced characters were great as they could have been. And Namor's methods.
Right.
So a 9.5 out of 10. Wakanda Forever. Wiki Toa-kun. So that's all we have for films, though. I did have the Multiverse Saga Expectations. It was announced this summer. I wish it was July so we can talk about the return of Comic-Con. People back in live action. People back at live conventions in San Diego to see their favorite movies and shows and a panel. But
we did see people cosplaying. We thought this dude was like a huge Pokemon ball just walking around.
Oh, we're talking about yesterday. There's right now is PAX Unplugged going on at Philly. That's the annual video game convention for like tabletop gamers and card gamers, like Cantan, Magic the Gathering, D&D. Yeah, it's also because a new Pokemon game just came out. I'm not going to bother knowing the name because I don't play Pokemon like that. I think it's nominated for the Game Awards. I might be wrong. That's also coming out this Thursday as we speak. But moving on, Marvel returned to San Diego Comic-Con. Marvel Studios returned to San Diego Comic-Con with big announcements. First being that phases 4, 5, and 6 is now the Multiverse Saga. We're out of the Infinity Saga now to the Multiverse Saga, already knowing that the big bag is King the Conqueror, played by Jonathan Majors. So, I was going to say, what's our expectations? We just ended Phase 4, ending with Wakanda Forever. Phase 5 begins... Actually, Wakanda Forever and Guardians Christmas, which I have not seen yet, is the end of Phase 4. But Phase 5 begins this February with Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, which you will meet Jonathan Majors again, if you haven't already, in Loki, as Kang the Conqueror. We was Kangs in New York. So yeah, your thoughts?
Well, to be honest, I don't think I have any expectations, only because I am behind, and you guys gotta watch the TV shows, because the TV shows really fill in the gaps between the movies. Like, I didn't finish the rest of Loki. I'm gonna take Winter Falcon Soldier off my list because I know the ending now. Thanks, X. And
you said Winter Falcon Soldier again.
Oops, I always say the name backwards, guys. I only speak back. Play this, so when you post this, guys, you have to play it backwards to understand what Punky Ail is saying, because I speak backwards sometimes. But yeah, I'm gonna say undecided, safely undecided, because I am missing vital pieces. Did anyone watch Peacemaker? Is it important to watch Peacemaker or no?
I was getting the TVs. I have that kind of... No, I talked about that like in episode 10. I talked about Peacemaker. Yeah, I gave it like a... I don't remember the grade I gave it for it.
I'll go back.
But yeah, that's DC though.
Right.
But back to Marvel. So Phase 5 is going to be Ant-Man 3. It's going to be Secret Invasion with Samuel Jackson. Though I have low expectations for that one, because it's going to be more like fighting the Secret Scroll. And Martin Freeman will be returning as Everett Ross, and Game of Thrones Emily Clark will be introduced into the show. So she's coming from Game of Thrones and Marvel as well, like Kit Harington, who's in the Eternals. So Secret Invasion. Then there's Guardians 3, which is in May. I'm gonna be so heartbroken for that. I love the Guardians, and I feel like one or two might die, and like they're not coming back. And we're gonna be introducing one of the guys, the black guy from Peacemaker. He stars as the villain, and we also have Adam Warlock, played by this amazing actor that has played Joker, played the main character from Jedi Fallen Order, soon to be Jedi Survivor this 2023. You know what I'm talking about, right? He's also in Shameless. Yeah.
Red hair?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But he's going to have blonde hair in the movie, since he's Adam Warlock. Yeah, he's super powerful too. If you played the new Guardians of the Galaxy game by Square Enix.
I'm still undecided, but now that the more X talks, the more I start thinking, and I thought about all the movies that we watched that had weird endings that I'm waiting for them to fill. I was thinking about Eternals and how it ended. We have Harry Styles playing as Star Fox, and I wonder where they're gonna go with that. Do you think he'll be Harry Styles? He plays I think it's Star Fox.
Eternals spoilers, but I got over Eternals. But yeah, you have a point.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. If you guys think back to all the movies that came out, all the Marvel movies that came out, think about the endings that were weird, that weren't kind of finished. I'm gonna make a list of all the movies, the movie endings that I think are gonna have that I think are gonna be in the next phase. That's what I'll say.
I forgot how we jumped from Secret Invasion to Secret Invasion Guardians back to Eternals. I forgot about that movie. I'm trying to look up the saga timeline. Aha, here's the picture. Let me zoom in So we just had Phase 4. I believe Phase 5 is going to be Quantumania, Secret Invasion, Guardians Volume 3. We're going to have the Marvels with Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and Photon from WandaVision. And hopefully, probably by the end of 2023 or maybe early 2024, Mahershala Ali as Blade. They just got a new director and writer, so they're redoing suits as we speak. But it will hopefully be a rated R, gory, gritty Blade movie. Because if we've seen the original West Nights, why would it not be rated R? And also, Deadpool 3 with the return of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. You know Wolverine is my favorite. I enjoy Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, so I'm excited for that.
I thought Hugh Jackman was like, no, I just want to sing now, and I'm like, we need you back, bro. We need you.
Ryan Reynolds Deadpool actually told him at the end of Deadpool 2. So we want. I wasn't paying attention, but some of us saw it coming.
Because Ryan Reynolds is always joking around. I thought he was just...
He had a cameo, and Hugh Jackman had a cameo at the end of Deadpool 2 in a mid-credit scene, and he was talking to like Wolverine X-Men Origins. He's like, you're gonna hang up the claws, but then Deadpool's gonna tell you to come back. So he saw the future. But Deadpool 3 is gonna come to the future. Maybe somebody's spoiling a lot of Marvel news. I'm told he might be brought back by Miss Minutes and the TVA from Marvel to Marvel Studios. But Deadpool and Wolverine will be introduced into the MCU very soon, like September 2024. That'll be near my birthday, so that's cool.
Someone from Marvel might be getting fired if y'all keep spoiling it. We appreciate it, but like we also don't appreciate it. If you get my drift, don't give it all away.
Yeah, they already announced they're going to have Avengers 5 and Avengers 6. I forgot the names of the movies. I'm trying to pull it up. Avengers 5 and 6. 4 was Endgame, my bad. Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and then Avengers Secret Wars. Like I'm guessing like Secret Wars, like the comics Secret Wars. That's a big comic, like a Civil War. And I'm trying to find others. It's going to take a while if I look for all of this. I almost forgot. Captain America 4, the New World Order with the new Captain America. I'm going to be excited for that. There might be a few cameos. Thunderbolts, which is going to feature... It might feature Hydra. It's going to feature all the vigilantes and villains like... Cool. What was her name? What's Black Widow's sister? The father? Baron Zemo? U.S. Soldier? And that's about it. Oh, and what's his name? Begins with T. Taskmaster. And that's about it to the top of my head. I have low expectations for this Fantastic Four because it's been rebooted 2 times, and there's not really much you can do personality-wise to Fantastic Four.
Unless you completely recreate these characters over from scratch. But even then...
Mostly personality-wise, because... We need them sci-fi wise and also for multiverse wise, but like personality wise, it's gonna be hard to announce. But the first one, I like the personalities, like at least, probably just Chris Evans because he was Captain America's Johnny Storm. But I still look back at Doctor Strange too. I'm not gonna spoil it, but then again, it's always on Disney Plus. I didn't like how they did the Illuminati, and there's a I'm gonna be spoiling it, but I'm kind of always spoiling it. But moving on, Fantastic Four, Deadpool 3, Blade, Thunderbolts, Kang Dynasty, Avengers Secret Wars, Armor Wars, which is going to be Don Cheadle as a War Machine. But I don't know how that's going to work. So that's about it. Any TV shows I'm forgetting? I think they're doing Agatha TV show. Because they're doing a lot of casting. They're bringing back Agatha from WandaVision, maybe Scarlet Witch. They're bringing back, not bringing back. They casted, who's the girl from Park and Recreation that's very sarcastic? She was in the reboot of Child's Play. Yeah, Aubrey Plaza. She's been casted in Agatha TV show. Yeah, you remember her? Parks and Recreation, Dirty Grandpa from 2016. The White Lotus, which is currently a good show on HBO Max that won Golden Globes. She's also the coffee maker in Scott Pilgrim. What was her name? She was what was her name with the glasses, with the bleep box? You know what I'm talking about. How are you doing that with your mouth? Julie, that was her name. She played Julie in Scott Pilgrim. So moving on. Yeah, I think that's all the Multiverse Saga. What am I expecting? I have high expectations because we're going to be introducing like different multiverses, a new villain, hopefully fan favorite characters like we're bringing Fantastic Four. I hope we bring the X-Men sooner, by 2024 with Deadpool and Wolverine. I'd be excited to see the Spider-Man back, if like at least by in later movies or at least by the next Avengers movie. But I'm very excited for this.
Do you think Tom Holland will have another sequel? Will Tom Holland have another? Because the way they ended it, it was just like, really?
Yeah, they just I think they just announced like a few weeks ago or a month ago that Tom Holland might have signed a contract to come back for a few more films, because I think he was thinking about coming back for 3 more films. And also, I think he might be voicing the Peter Parker on an animated Spider-Man show. They look very classy, along with X-Men 97. I forgot that got announced at Comic-Con as well. I'm excited for that.
We have a lot of goodies coming up, so everyone stay tuned.
But yeah, that's high expectations for the Multiverse Saga. Shout out Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror. We're gonna see him fight Ant-Man 2 or 3 weeks before we see him fight Michael B. Jordan in Creed 3.
Oh yeah, right.
So that's about it for like films. Thank you. It's getting dark in here. So next up was your watch list, Punky Ail.
Right.
Give a moment to get in the show notes. Afterwards, we'll finish up with TVs, games, and music.
Cool. Hey guys. All right. So I got a list of goodies that you may or may not be interested in. So before I get into it, let me just say I love sci-fi, action, like dark tales, impossible characters, stumbling into like romance. I hate romance, but I like when like romance is like, when they make it seem like, oh man, well, shoot, I kind of like you now. You might as well tag along with me for the ride. So I'm pretty sure you guys are well acquainted with like my romantic rants about how like romance sometimes like steals the show of the movie, and then the movie kind of forgets about like the rest of what the movie was supposed to be. But I digress. First up on my TV show list is, she's popular, she's emo, she's been around since how long? Since like, she's super old. Wednesday Addams. Okay. If you guys don't know Wednesday Addams, I need you to go and watch, like, look up the Addams Family. Like, they're like I feel like for me, they were the beginning of Halloween for me. Like, they were my first Halloween characters.
I remember the original 2 movies from like, was it 80s or 90s? I don't remember, but I also see like a play. They have a play of like the old Addams Family, because I think it was a black and white TV show before.
The Munsters?
Yeah, something like that. I haven't seen Rob Zombie's Monsters yet. That's on my list. But I haven't seen Wednesday yet, so
I'm gonna try to keep it non-spoiler free. I love the way they handled.
I've seen some of the news, but not all of it.
Gotcha. I love the way they handled her. Like, they didn't like reinvent her too much, you know. They kind of kept her the way she already is. I like how she is awkward and impossible and has this like slightly inhuman aura about her. Like, she doesn't seem like a normal human, and then that's like kind of remarked upon in the film. It's the reason why her uniform is different from everyone else. Like, I just love the small details really do a lot of the work of the world building for me. I loved that there was a black girl who was the self-appointed queen bee, but I didn't like how she was like the enemy. But then they ended up being cool, so I was okay with it. I was worried that because Wednesday Addams is like a creation of Tim Burton's, right? No.
No, Wednesday Adams. I don't know who created it. There was no Adams Family, but Tim Burton creates a lot of horror movies like Scissorhands, Nightmare Before Christmas, Alice in Wonderland live action, and Corpse Bride.
Right. I'm sorry. My bad. So Wednesday Addams, Tim Burton is directing that, I believe. Yeah, and I was afraid that like because he does have like a bias against people of color.
I was surprised when you told me that because I still like love his movies to this day.
I love his movies too.
Mostly because it had Johnny Depp, but Johnny Depp allegations still break my heart because like now I can't even support him.
I haven't followed Johnny Depp or the Amber Heard situation. I am so comfortable staying in my little rock, underneath my rock, like Patrick Star. I know that there's a lot of people who say, well, if you watch the movie, you still like support them. I don't want to know what they did. I'm just here to watch movies. Okay, I digress. But anyway, Tim Burton, because he's a part of like the Wednesday Addams TV show, I was afraid that like there might be like some slight against people of color, but it turns out for the most part there isn't. My only gripe was that I didn't like the simpy guys. Now, X and I have been talking on and off about like the difference between simps and gentlemen. Let me preface, okay? I was raised by a slightly, I guess you could call me slightly old-fashioned, but like I was raised to expect gentlemanly behavior. And these characters that are chasing after Wednesday, they're just simps, guys. They're simps. Simps are people, I think we could agree with the definition, they're people who do too much without like the girl's not even like really interested in you. You're doing too much. But X, take it away.
Yeah, kind of like what you said. I know how to be a gentleman, but I've also come out of sympatry. Simping is like when you're doing something, when you're being nice to a woman, but you're doing too much too soon, with like not even the expectation of like dating them, or like doing too much too soon, and they're not like your partner or your wife. And what's the word you said? Chivalry. Gentleman? No. Chivalry, gentleman. That's kind of the same thing. It's what was it? What was I talking about? Now I'm so tired. Too much too soon, and like you put her needs before yours, and like it's not working, champ. Also, there was something else because I was watching someone's videos. When you give someone like the girlfriend benefits without the girlfriend responsibility or title. But that's another story. I might cut this out because I don't know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, the guys that are chasing after her, they're not really gentlemen. They are simps.
Women be simps too. Take Sakura from Naruto, for example.
Right. Well, for all you young folks out there, I hope you know the difference between gentlemen and simps. I, for one, my preference is a gentleman. I love, like, that melts my heart. Like, I like that. That's attractive to me. I like guys who hold the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that stuff. These guys, they clearly are just interested in her because she's different from mainstream, and they just want to see what she's about. It's funny because Wednesday is the outcast among outcasts. Like, even the outcasts don't like her because she's too outcasty, and that makes no sense to me. Like, you're a school full of weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. I digress. But I finished all of them. I binged watched everything, and I would say for now I would give it a 7.9. I feel like it's a high C.
7.9 sounds like a little bit of points taken off. Like, what you think? What's the negatives?
Well, the negatives for me is that the her romance started like the guys were very pushy about like trying to date her, but also she was I'm taking off a lot for the simps. They kind of ruined like the last 2 episodes for me. I'm just like, we don't care about you. Please get out of your feelings. Thank you. But I'll wait. This is like my rating for right now. I'll wait until like there are more episodes and we'll see how it goes. Moving on. So this is another new show. It's been showing a lot lately. If you have Amazon Prime, it's The Peripheral. So it stars. Okay, actually, let me give you guys like a synopsis. It comes out every Friday.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yes. So once you see her face, you'll be like, oh, I know her. She played in this movie something about Cameron Diaz. It was for gay pride. I said gay pride. I'm sorry. It was a movie about pride.
I don't know what you're talking about. I remember her from Kick-A, Neighbors 2. She voices Wednesday Addams in the animated Addams Family. She's been in a lot of movies. She was in the reboot of Carrie as well. Yeah, she's been in a lot of movies. I haven't seen the Tom and Jerry movie. I know it's on HBO Max.
So she was in the Tom and Jerry movie that came out last year. It was a good family-friendly movie. She was in Dark Shadows. That's the one with Johnny Depp. It's an oldie. But the one I watched, this came out in 2018. The Miseducation of Cameron Post. That was a movie for Pride, and I thought it was pretty good. It was kind of about like the horrors of like gay conversion therapy and whatnot, but I thought she performed really well in that. Anyway, I hope you guys get a good picture of like who she is. But she plays Finn in that film, and well, not film, but the TV show. The Peripheral is, I would say, definitely sci-fi, action, robots, time traveling. Like if any of that, I'm sorry, is interesting to you, definitely give it a watch. It kind of gives me like Under the Dome vibes. If there are any Stephen King fans out there, it takes place in a small town in South Carolina. There are slow moments, but it's not like a slow burn. Like it's pretty. I feel like the way they hold on. I'm mixing up my words. So every episode feels like it's its own like movie. You know what I'm saying? That's how well they've put it together, and I'm kind of impressed. Like I don't really have a good track record with like liking Amazon Prime, some of their TV shows and movies, but this one's a gold among the rubble for me.
I say TV shows are more cool if you like gory action or gory superhero stuff like The Boys and Invincible. I'm kind of over The Boys after season 3, but that's for another episode. I need The Boys. I need my homies so we can talk about The Boys. That's going to be an episode. How graphic media is the new normal. But Invincible is cool though. I'm waiting for season 2. But back to you were saying. That's it. The Boys, Invincible, Coming to America sequel, and I'm forgetting something. Oh, Without Remorse. I haven't seen Without Remorse with Michael B. Jordan yet, but I will.
Cool. Definitely. Well, I keep hearing a lot about The Boys, but I don't know if I'll check it out because sometimes I can handle gore and sometimes I can't.
Super gory, anti some sexual abuse.
That sucks. I don't know if you guys heard that, but
yeah, I'm yelling far away from the mic because I really don't want to talk about it. But you see a lot of like the main character. Like one of the main superheroes, Starlight, going through stuff as the new hero, and like she's one of only 2 females in the group of the 7. People without superpowers that want revenge against super people, like Billy Butcher and like Huey, the main characters. But you learn a lot about the backstory, but at the same time it's super gory and like it's hard to watch. You like some of the stuff. Like, it's super out of the normal after season 3, but it's great because Jenkins Akeley from Supernatural is great as Soldier Boy. But going back, I'm going to talk about The Boys another time. I'm putting them on trial. But back to what you were saying, the Puffable.
The peripheral. It's cool. It's one of those funky words. But if you like sci-fi, fighting, robots, time travel, give it a watch. I left it as a 9 until proven otherwise for me, because I thought it was excellent for my personal tastes. Okay, so the next up on this list is Don't Worry, Darling. Disclosure, I did not finish the movie.
I haven't seen the movie yet. It's exciting that Harry Styles is in it with I forget her name, but the lady from Black Widow in that Page movie.
So me and my partner didn't finish watching it because we were like 30 minutes in and we were like, no, it's just no. So what I got from those 30 minutes, Harry Styles, we love you. But the movie itself was very confusing and interesting. It was like dystopian. It looked like there was this town in the middle of nowhere in a desert, and it was and like it's like this picturesque. It looks like it's the 1950s that everyone dresses like, with modern houses, and all the men go off to work at the same time. They go in their their cars and they're with their suitcases and stuff. It kind of reminded me of like WandaVision, the first episode. It gave those vibes. But then they kept saying like no one's allowed to go like outside of the town, and like the first, so we kept seeing like signs of trouble from the only black couple there, and that made me kind of just be like, why do black people got to be the ones that's like smart enough and also dumb enough to like go outside of the little weird it looks like a dream to me. It looks like they're living the same dream over and over, because the main couple, which is Harry Styles and I forget his wife, let's just call her his wife in the film, they literally do the same things every day. It's like the same day over and over again, and it's nefarious. It's dark, because something's brewing, because like the black woman from the only black couple that's there, she looked at Harry Styles' wife and was like, this isn't real, like this is an illusion, this is bad, like I lost my son. I was just over it. But now that I think about it, I don't know if it's really fair for me to give it. I don't even think I gave it a rating because I didn't finish it. I was just like, I was so excited about it because I thought it was along the lines of what I like sci-fi and dystopian stuff, and it was, but it wasn't. So it's definitely, it gave off like perfect cult community vibes, but it's also a thriller. So take what you will about that. Happily moving on to one of my favorite TV shows that I watch like every day. Well, one episode every day with my partner. It's called C by Jason Momoa, and let me take a pause, okay? First of all, beautiful. That's the first word that comes to film. No, mind you, this is a review not only from myself, but from my partner as well, and he's a guy. You know how guys like their gory stuff, okay? C has more than enough gore for the guys, but super interesting. Like, it has so many interesting components to like the world building that it keeps me going, like past the gore. Like sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I could take this, because like Jason, or as he's known in the film as Baba Voss, he literally rips open people's skull by like jamming his fingers down their throats and like tearing it apart. And I was just like, wow, that's really disgusting. But like, and then he licks the blood because he's like a really skilled fighter. And all right, let me back up. I'm getting excited.
That's all I had to say.
All right, so it has a perfect balance between beautiful, high quality cinematography in every episode. Me and my partner have not once seen like a scene that looked like wonky or weird, or like, and you can tell it's like they have a really good camera lens, because you can see every blade of grass. Like, it just looks beautiful, even when like the scene isn't meant to be. It just does. I have to look up where they're filming, because wherever they're filming, that's where I want to live. Okay. So it's about it's about this world. Okay, it's a dystopian, right? The world, our modern world, has crashed and ended, and out of the ashes are a blind population of human people. Now, can you imagine like blind people coming up with the way they would like rebuild society. So sight has become a myth. There's no such thing as sight. But of course, our story pops off with Baba Voss, aka Jason Momoa. He takes in this strange woman. She was pregnant, and all right, okay. So it's very tribal. It's very primitive. Remember, these people, this human population that came out of the ashes of our world, cannot see. So like normal things like concrete and wood, they call that like God bone, which is so interesting to me. And they call cities like the endless smooth stones and stuff. The way they describe things, they really use components of what blind people use and do in the TV show consistently, and it's just so interesting. The entire time we're watching it, we're just sitting there and we're like, how do these people do these things while blind? All I'm gonna say, because I think I've been like waxing poetry about this for a good couple of minutes, is that you definitely should check it out if you like gore, but you also want to see something interesting, something different. Check it out. An attempt at a description would be like watered down and pollute. So just watch a trailer and maybe you'll be into it as much as I am. It's awesome. And it's on Apple TV. All right, moving on. There are maybe 3 things left and then I'm done with my list. Next up, Netflix special. It's a movie from Key and Peele. It's called Wendell and Wild, and it's so good. If you like Tim Burton, regardless of how he been acting up, been cutting up in the past, but he's trying to make his amends now. I mean, circling back to Wednesday Addams, she's a Latina, you know? The original Wednesday Addams, she was white. So we're making progress with Tim. He learning.
I have a question. I don't remember it being by Tim Burton, but is it by both Key and Peele, or is it by just Jordan Peele? Because I thought I just heard Jordan Peele had a hand in this.
I'm not completely sure, but I do know that Key and Peele, they had a lot of input on like directing, but they didn't like direct it themselves. I watched a behind the scenes video.
He's been doing more VAs, like he's about to voice Toad in the Super Mario movie.
Cool. If you look at the animation, like there are, I would say, a couple of main characters, but the 2 main characters, they are demons, and they're called Wendell and Wild, and they look exactly like Key and Peele, because, you know, a lot of times when you see, I would say, what would you call that? Stop animation? It's kind of like, what would you call Tim Burton's film? Stop motion. It was stop motion because they made like actual figurines, and I watched like a video of them explaining like how do they make it and how they move the characters. It was so interesting. I've always loved like stop motion films. They're nostalgic, you know. I used to watch Christmas stop motion films. But those kind of scared me though. Anyway, think of Wendell and Wild as a black version of a Tim Burton film, but humor with actual dark turns, but not too dark completely to ruin the lightheartedness of the clay animation that it already, because you know when you look at clay animation, it already feels like kind of lighthearted because it already looks kind of cartoony. But when I say it does get dark, like people do die, you know, but it's still a good film. So if you want to see a black Tim Burton-esque film, definitely check it out. It's pretty kooky. It's pretty wild. It was very strange. I didn't know where it was going to go for a while, but I liked the way it ended. I liked the way the story progressed. And I want to see more. I want to ask for more, you know? I didn't rate that, but I would give it a 10. Simply because I've always wanted to see myself in a stop animation film, you know? Alrighty, moving on. I don't know if there are any K-drama films out there. I mean, not K-drama films, but any K-drama lovers out there. But I was watching, maybe a couple months ago, this TV show called Extraordinary Woo Young Woo. And it is about it's a Korean drama. That's what K-drama means for people who don't know. It promotes autism awareness because the main protagonist, Woo Young Woo, she has autism, and she's like the first woman with autism to become a lawyer, and I believe it's in South Korea. Yeah, it's in South Korea, because there was an episode about how they were kind of being discriminatory against North Koreans, which was interesting to see. Yeah. It's cute, but also brutally honest about how some countries are completely behind in the development and understanding and helping people with autism or with disabilities, period. And I love how they tackle how she handles like trying to become independent from her father that she lives with, and tackling how to hold a job down as being a lawyer, which is something she loves. I love how they tackle how she's trying to grow her social skills, how she's trying to tackle relationships, and how having autism affects her in the workplace, specifically as a lawyer. Now, I thought it was incredibly rude. Like, there was this one scene where like the opposing lawyer was like, well, you have all, like, he made a personal attack, and it was satisfying to see how she like stood up for herself, but in a way that was like legal within the courtroom. It's interesting to see how like people try to use her disability against her at her workplace. And I just thought, I'm really behind like films that represent groups of people that need more representation, and that's not just for people of color, that's people of all walks of life. And I believe I gave it a 7.5, which is low, but I only gave it a 7.5 only because I haven't finished it, but it's pretty good for it is, right? But I feel like 7.5 is a nice like middle rating, you know. It's like it's not super, you know, it's a lighthearted film, even though it tackles like real world issues and it gives representation to people who need it. And that ends my... Oh, wait. Nope, it does not. Okay, so there's this movie that I kind of want to see. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's called Megan. It's a horror movie. It's kind of like... It's not at all like Child's Play. One second. It's not at all like Child's Play.
I'm surprised you actually want to see that. I'm on the fence. Like, maybe. I'm like, but not... I'm not too excited for this movie. It's an AI. It's a living AI doll.
I love watching films about how humanity will tackle the ongoing issue of how AI develops without us, because we are the creators of AI. You know, we develop this stuff, but like, just like all things created, they eventually want to go away and become their own thing. But I want to see where they go with it. Like, I know it's horror and I have to watch it with someone so I don't like, you know, have a heart attack of being, because I am a fraidy cat. Okay, I will watch a film through my eyes if I need to, but like, I'm interested in seeing where they go with it. You know, it doesn't look too scary. It looks more like the doll is protecting like the girl that they brought the doll for. I digress. Let me know if you're interested in it though. And that concludes the end of Punky Ail's playlist. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you find some good finds. I hope you like some of what I like. And if you don't, that's cool. And if you do, that's awesome. Let me know. All right, handing it over back to the big man, XXC.
Okay, I'm going to do this skit real quick so we have some comedy. Let me make sure this is loud enough. Okay, oh my god skit part 2, the barbecue edition. Once again, the oh my god was inspired by the Black Hokage's I don't like skits. He has like 24 of them. I watch them all the time, they're funny. But I thought I'd just try it out because it's all relatable stuff. Yeah. Again, this is for 4th of July jokes, not for Thanksgiving, but I'm using it anyway because we're beyond time. Parents hosting a barbecue means a lot of people you only halfway like are coming over. Barbecue means I gotta straighten up the living room and dining rooms, and the sad thing is they were a mess before the barbecue, and they'll be an even worse mess after the barbecue. Oh my god! Wait, hot dogs for you to take a year off your life? Oh my god! I hate when you get a red cup, you sit down, come back, and you don't know which cup is yours.
That actually happens to me at Thanksgiving.
When you go to white people's barbecue and the chicken is dry, wheel dry. Don't bother playing video games or watching TV over the loud music. You're just gonna make yourself mad. When you send a family member a meme and they don't get it. When you find your little kids in your room playing your video games. When someone passes you the aux cord and you play some new generation music, now all the old heads look at you crazy, like, play some real music. When cousins ask you how's college, trying to find out about your sex and love life, mind your own business. When it's super windy and your food flies out for your plate. Playing cards with the fam knowing you about to lose all your money. Somebody sabotaging your cooking. Somebody bought cake with alcohol in it. Cookouts and house parties are an excuse to be with your family, but the older I've gotten, I've noticed that there are way too many parties in 1 year. I know we're supposed to cherish the time we have left of our family, but I count over a dozen parties for mine. A few holidays, but a lot of birthdays. That's too many. You know this small house gonna be packed full of people, right? When your ex gets invited to a party and it gets awkward like Kite Man and Poison Ivy. Now the house gonna be packed and dinner's delayed because it started raining out of nowhere. Or maybe dinner's getting more delayed because everybody's showing up a little late, but one person showed up extra late with the last plate of food. Did I say plate or aluminum foil food? I don't know. I've yet to cook for Thanksgiving. Well, one time, but you know what I mean. Where was I? Oh. When you playing catch with the boys and you get hit in the face with a ball. I know this is a weird case, but listen. I've only gone through this once, but listen. When you get served rotisserie or jerk chicken, but it's so burnt. Like, it's so super burnt. You take one bite and it tastes like death. It tastes like someone took a break and forgot they had food in the oven. Burnt black chicken. Bon appetit.
Oh my
God. That's the best one. That's the best one. You know somebody's going to drop a stink bomb tonight or tomorrow morning.
Oh my God.
How hard and exhausting it's going to be to burn all the soul food out when you work out tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Bringing a date or romantic partner to the cookout only to get interrogated by the whole family.
Oh my God.
Either an NBA, MLB, or NFL game is on, and you know all the men start yelling when the home team or the favorite team starts losing.
Oh my God.
Someone gets too drunk and accidentally breaks something in the house.
Oh my God.
And finally, because I'm running out of ideas, I'm an adult now and I don't mind if you hand me a soda or juice. I love Kool-Aid, Sprite, and grape soda, aka the purple flips from Jimmy Neutron. But if you want to hand me a little Huggies, you know them little Huggies you give to kids, that's sugar water. They all taste the same. You deserve that anime treatment where I pull up from behind, hug you, and reverse body slam you on your head, sucker.
Oh my God.
And that's all the oh my God barbecue edition jokes I got. So we're gonna go back to pop culture TV series. First off, I was trying to give She-Hulk a chance, but now we gotta put it on trial. I'm XXC, attorney at law, and we can't with She-Hulk. That this is gonna be one of MCU's major L of the Phase 4. Like, I tried to give it a chance, not hating on it because she's a woman. I was actually interested in She-Hulk because she was breaking the fourth wall, and this was like a sex positive show. But like, it was like so awkward. Like, none of the plots made sense, and like, I was asking. I'm surprised my cousin kind of liked it, but like, I was asking everybody else, they hated it. Like, the plot made no sense. Neither did the ending. Yeah, I watched it because you didn't have to. I watched it. G-Thurs watched it. He didn't like it. Al, you want to go on this? I don't know if you've seen She-Hulk. I think when we watched the premiere, and like, I thought it was okay, but like everything else further beyond it was like, what is going on?
I haven't watched any more episodes since we watched the premiere, but maybe the show is geared towards like just being lighthearted and like nonsensical. Maybe it'll make sense when we're in the next phase, and they might do something to tie it in. But let's just wait and see. Let's just sit on it. Meanwhile, while we're sitting on it, I'll go and watch it for funsies, not for like I'm looking for like, you know, to see what's happening in the next film, you know.
Also, because the actress that plays her, I'm told she's a comedian from another show. I don't know, but she's kind of cute. But like, and I wasn't hating on the CGI too hard, but like, the main She-Hulk villain is, what's her name? Hang on, I gotta search it up before I get this wrong. She voices Wonder Woman in DC Super Pets. Titania. So Jamila Jamil, who also voices Wonder Woman in DC Super Pets, she plays Titania. That's She-Hulk's only big major villain. And then they introduced another one called Leapfrog, and like, it made no sense. This entire secret plot while she's trying to live her life. And also, it breaks my heart too, because they were bringing Wong, the Sorcerer Supreme. They had a few Hulk cameos. They even introduced Daredevil. They brought back Courtney Cox as Daredevil. He was already back from No Way Home, but he's back. He got a whole new suit, which is like old school comic related. He's about to have his whole TV show, Daredevil Born Again, which is also in the Multiverse saga. Yeah, it's upsetting. So we plead. Also, do you know She-Hulk made out with a lot of people in comics?
Well, you did say she was sex positive. Maybe that's like Marvel's only like use for She-Hulk. That, I'm not saying that's what she's here for, but maybe she's only here to be like sex positive, happy, go lucky, not nonsensical.
But they also roast that as well. But disappointment. But She-Hulk is plead guilty. Even though they do say she might return for Captain America 4, but we'll see how that works. It also hurts because we were hinting at World War Hulk, like Hulk traveling to different worlds. I don't understand why the Grandmaster just pulls up. Oh, this is what really stifles me. The beginning, how she got her power. The Grandmaster's ship, who was like, I thought it was about to get eaten at the end of Ragnarok. Thor 3. I thought he was about to get eaten. Why is one of his ships stopping in front of Banner and She-Hulk? And then like he's bleeding out and she accidentally touches him and gets his powers. That makes no sense. I think y'all should just go on with the old story where she gets hit by a mafia and Banner has to give her his blood. That made more sense. So
I do agree. The only one I watched, the way she did, that didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Hold this L. I've only finished 2 or 3 episodes, but Spy X Family is a new anime talk of the town for months. You know what I'm talking about? I
haven't watched it personally, but I've seen it around.
Twilight. Let me Google this before I get this one. Spy X Family, or most people are going to say Spy Family. I'm not talking about Chainsaw Man, because most of y'all just going to talk about Power and Makima, or the Kobimi memes, the Kobimi noises. Was that her name? Kobini? Yeah, Kobini noises. Whatever. We ain't talking about Chainsaw Man. The puppy's cute though. Spy X Family. I'm getting thrown off guard. Off subject. Yeah, Spy X Family. Lloyd Forger or Twilight. The Spy, Your Forger. The Assassin, and the daughter, Anya. This girl seeks attention. She got the meme face. Wait, let me show you. It's hilarious.
She looks high. Like, why her eyes don't go?
Yeah, She says, waku waku. So exciting. So excited. Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Spy Wars. That's a little too on the nose. Because he's a spy, but also like Star Wars. The spies now. Like, have you seen yours outfits? We're really wasting time on this, but whatever. This is your in assassin mode. This is her in a mama. I'm trying to find the mama outfit.
She's the mom of the pink-haired girl?
Yeah, this is her when she's drunk. She's super. Yes. Oh yeah, yours super powered when she's drunk. Like she might be stronger than Quillen. Moving on. Just wanted to hype up Spy X Family. I need to catch up because it just came back with this part 2, season 2. But yeah, it's the talk of the town. Looks really good. Like it's so weird you find an anime that actually shows a happy family.
That is very true. I mean, they do a good job of showing human suffering.
What you mean? Yeah, you right.
I didn't even have to explain, you know.
But all right, so we gotta talk about Harley Quinn season 3. This one we could actually talk about. So we were both excited for the return of season 3 after the ending of season 2, and we have the books, the Eat Bang Kill tour. So I was enjoying it. It was some weird parts, but I liked it. It was pretty good. What was a few cameos they had? Lex Luthor. They had Swamp Thing. It was pretty chill. They brought back Mr. Freeze's wife, Nora Freeze. Yes. I think my biggest pet peeve was like what else? Oh yeah, they had Nightwing and Batgirl more. What am I forgetting? Woo, it's too many things. Oh, they brought back Kite Man for like an awards episode. Right. What am I forgetting? The Ivy and Harley Quinn romance was still going strong, but it's also testing its limits. Right. It was put to the test in season 3. Mm-hmm. Also, Joker being like a family man, having his own episode, that was cool to see. My biggest pet peeve from this was like the last 2 or 3 episodes, like the zombie episode. Like I did not like it. The tree zombie episode, I did not like it at all. If I tell you it's going to be spoiling it, even though it's on HBO Max, you want to talk about it?
I won't get into it. My only gripe was I didn't completely finish the last 2 episodes, but I watched enough where I get the gist of what's going on. I kind of figured that they would make Harley Quinn go in like a good girl direction. I feel like they're pulling from that like limited issue where like Batgirl was Batman's like sidekick for a while. Like they were working together. I think that's where they're heading with Harley Quinn. She was already like more goody two shoes than vigilante when she was first like introduced in her own in the TV show. So I kind of figured that she would be like less vigilante and more good girlish. I don't know. Bring back the Harley Quinn that doesn't care. But that's not the same Harley Quinn personality type. Because this Harley Quinn, she's like a different version of Harley Quinn, you know? She's the same at her core, but like it makes sense that she's going in a good girl direction now because of where her character is developing as. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm sorry not to care about the show after season 3. Like if they have a season 4 and 5, I was like, yeah, I'll recommend it as season 1 and 2. But like, I try not to understand Harley Quinn's mindset because at the same time, she twists her personality a lot of times. The backstory always changes, but if we talking about the most savage Harley Quinn, the most savage ones is Batman Telltale season 2. That was Alpha. She was doing her own thing. She was in charge of Joker, Bane, and Freeze, the entire team. Who else am I forgetting? Maybe I enjoy Margot Robbie, but I don't know if I would put her as the most savage. Maybe Birds of Prey, but like not like the Suicide Squad. I'll get back to you on that. I'm stamping on the most savage. I'm forgetting someone. Not in. I would give it to Injustice 2 because now she's dealing without Joker, but at the same time she's not not that powerful because she got stabbed by Wonder Woman. Who am I forgetting? There was one more, not the Gods and Monsters one. I'm trying to think. It's too many variations of Harley Quinn. I'm sorry.
Honestly, there's a lot of variations. This third season was more chill than the first one. I just personally didn't like that she was turning into a good girl. I love Vigilante Harley. I love her crazy. I love her smashing stuff. I love her like cursing. I first fell in love with Harley Quinn because I felt like she was a badass female lead. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like the whole Harley Quinn Joker abusive stuff so much, but they're the OG couple, but no to toxicity. Okay. But yeah, that's my only gripe for the TV show. It's a good watch if you're looking for nice animations, pretty good storyline. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
All right, so Harley Quinn season 3, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. What you giving it?
I agree with that rating.
Okay, so 8.5 Harley Quinn. So just one more TV show. You haven't watched it yet, but I know you want to see it because you were actually interested in the game before it had bugs and glitches day one, but it has been updated now. Netflix's Cyberpunk Edgerunners based on Cyberpunk 2077. This is takes place before Cyberpunk 2077, but I was like, don't even play the game. Don't even play the game if you don't want to, or if you want to play the game, really invest in the show because, well, first off, it is super gory, like gore's galore, like the boys level of gory, but the graphics, the animation is really good. The plot is really strong, and I really enjoyed David Martinez's struggle and him becoming super powered, and like him and Lucy trying to make it to the moon. The story is really good, and like you see a few Easter eggs and cameos. Like we even saw a few characters, 1 or 2 characters from Cyberpunk 2077. Nice. And so I finished the last 10 episodes last weekend, like Thanksgiving weekend, and like I cried at the ending, definitely. But quick tears of joy, like I enjoyed the entire show, and it's nominated for Best Game Adaptation at the Game Awards. I'm still voting Arcane League of Legends, but I think this is a good second. It was really great. I think I give it it wasn't too many awkward moments. I think it was like a 10 out of 10. 9.5 or 10 out of 10. Yeah, it's definitely up there. It's definitely an A+. Your thoughts, even though you haven't seen it yet?
It's definitely on my watch list. I'm building my separate list of things to watch that I can enjoy with like specific people, and these certain people like gores galore, but I need a strong and interesting storyline. So those two combos for me sounds like a perfect recipe to put this on the top of my list.
Yeah, it shows gore left and right from start to finish. It also shows a lot of sexuality and nudity.
For adults, definitely not.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if you've seen the game, but also like they're like in simulations. And also how you see spoiler alert, David and Lucy's first date on the moon. And but yeah, you're learning a lot about the world of Cyberpunk, going through a lot of things, learning about it's like going on drugs when you go into like super powered what's the word? Cybernetics, when you're getting like all these updated cybernetics in your body. Okay, cool. But yeah, Cyberpunk is perfect. I definitely recommend this. I don't know if I can speak for the game, but definitely the show. A+. And that's all we have for TV shows. And talk a little bit about games. I'm not going to stay on this too much because Summer Game Fest is over. Comic-Con is over. I beat some games. I played some games, but I don't want to go too hard on it. How long has it been? An hour and 48 for us, minus the cuts. But yeah, we're doing pretty good for 2 hours. So I'm gonna keep this short. Multiversus has been a new fighting game. It's like Smash Brothers meets all the Warner Brothers copyright characters, like Batman, Harley Quinn, Shaggy. Shaggy finally got Ultra Instinct from Mortal Kombat since he can't be in Mortal Kombat. I'm happy for that. Adventure Time, Rick and Morty, Black Adam, Gremlins, I think they just added one of the green creatures from Adventure Time. Tom and Jerry's in it too. A lot of Warner Brothers characters. It's cool. I haven't been playing it that much, but that's a plus one. I finally finished the Mass Effect trilogy on the Classic Edition and Legendary Edition. I enjoy it. I definitely recommend that game if you like sci-fi, third-person shooters, and RPGs. And also diversity. Also, you can choose to be a man or a woman. There's a lot of LGBT diversity as well. So, Mass Effect. I also went back and replayed Scarlet Nexus. I beat that game. I beat it with Yuito, the main protagonist, the male protagonist. I played most of it with the female protagonist as well, but I'm not going to beat it because it's too stressful for that game. But yeah, I'd recommend it. I think it's another Bandai Namco game that got swept under the rug. There is an anime if you don't want to play the game, or probably will never get the game. But it's one of those Bandai Namco anime games that got swept under the rug because, like, I think it came out last year or 2020 and didn't get marketed well because mostly Bandai Namco games is like popular anime games that's already out, or similar fighting games, kind of like Demon Slayer, My Hero, and JoJo. But I definitely recommend it. Fight Night Champion from 2011 that still has a big community. I hear the Black Okage and a lot of Game Illuminati talk about it in their old videos, like should EA will EA their GI wins, will EA ruin Fight Night? They will bring up a lot of points against gaming ethos because no 2011 was the last Fight Night Champion, and then 5 years later, 2016, they made UFC. I played a little bit of a UFC, the different ones. UFC, the hardest one is like Conor McGregor, but like they have several characters from Fight Night Champion, like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. They all play the same way as they do in Fight Night Champion. So EA Sports didn't forget how to make Fight Night, but like they can't license it because they're working in reality, and all they gotta do the license of all these boxing companies and all these new boxers. But shout out to people that play UFC 4. I haven't really played it, even though it's on EA Play in the Game Pass. But shout out Fight Night Champion. It was good playing the story, Andre Bishop, and also because it takes the training place he goes to. It takes place in Philly.
Shout out to Philly.
Yeah, I enjoy the story, but it was stressful at times, but I enjoyed that I beat it. That boy Isaac Frost was too big. I had to like put like I had to give him like a 675 piece combo in his body, and then also like protect my head, tire him out. But it was satisfying at the end. The boxing game and UFC games is way different for me because in the FGC I grew up more with Mortal Kombat, a little bit of Street Fighter 5, a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom. So it was a different breath of air. Okay, but let's talk about the real gaming sessions. Overwatch 2 roast session. So Overwatch updated to Overwatch 2 and it's free to play for everyone, consoles and PC. But the first week, or like the first 2 or 3 days, people had to wait to go in the servers because it was like we couldn't go into the servers. It would take hours, and even when you did, it would like kick you out or you had to be timed on. But like the opening weekend, they decided we're just going to take the phone number things out and then just let everyone play. So I've been playing a few games. Waifu Leah, shout out to her, one of the Twitch streamers and anime fans. I played with her. I know a few people in Outlaw Family Gaming Discord. Shout out to them, they play it. It's basically the same as Overwatch. It's fun to be back on it. 3 new characters. We're about to have a new one this month, but a lot of pet peeves. One, the loading screen takes forever. It takes longer than Overwatch 1. And I'm like, I know not a lot of people is playing this compared to Call of Duty Warzone 2 just came out. There's new Apex season with a goth Venom woman.
Dark Tide also came out, if there are any Dark Tide players out there.
Yeah, but like, why is the servers takes like 10 minutes to wait for a server? It don't matter if it's competitive or you're doing a quick play, it takes forever to load up.
That would be immediate. If the load screen takes too long, I'm dipping. I want my money back.
And also, I enjoy 6v6. I enjoy having an even number of players. Now we gotta do one tank, 2 DPS, and 2 healers. 5v5 instead of 6v6. I enjoyed the 6v6, but I guess we'll go with esports. Someone gotta be a tank. That means the healers better be healing, but I know that's definitely gonna be me because I used to play with Moira, Zenyatta, and Mercy, but I just been enjoying playing as Yusio. I just spin on walls, healing people. I'm about to get his gold gun soon. I'm on silver 4 for this season right now. But we about to get a new character that was mentioned in one of the Overwatch missions a while ago, like a few years ago. But moving on, that's Overwatch 2. I'm not going to wait this game because it's not been out that long. But this isn't underlined, but we kind of wanted to talk about Gotham Knights discussion because came out in October. It was meh. I didn't have that much expectations for it. One, I was pissed off because it went from both gens to just being next gen now. But it had like the week it was coming out, they dumbed it down from 60 frames per second to 30 frames per second. And I'm like, why?
I remember you saying this too.
Why would you put it on next gen only in PC, but have it play like a current gen game, like a 360 game?
I want to know who are making these decisions. Y'all know we've been waiting for Gotham Knights since last year, maybe even a little before that.
A year or two. And also, it was not going to be. We all thought it would be 4-player, it's 2-player co-op. But I'm hearing now, like this current week, they're in talks of making it 4-player co-op.
Are we also going to discuss Legacy after this? Is that still a thing?
Hogwarts Legacy, yeah, that's still coming out early 2023. I'm excited for that.
You didn't see anything that were like,
I want them to show at the Game Awards because we need to see more. We saw a 15-minute gameplay. They all work on this, but I want to see more. But I heard 2 developers may have left. Well, that might be Rocksteady. We're waiting here for Hogwarts Legacy, but the main thing that's also tipped me off is some main originators, 2 of them, left Rocksteady, and Rocksteady made the Batman Arkham games. Now they're making Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. That was supposed to come out this year. It's coming out next year. But I'm like, it's going to be really tallying. We haven't really seen any gameplay. We've just seen trailers of gameplay.
and I'm not buying a game if I don't see the gameplay.
Yeah, so I have high expectations, but I'm hoping it's like really good. I'm hoping it's still going strong like this. So it's some gameplay at the Game Awards. At least have a Warner Brothers session, like Mortal Kombat 11 when y'all had a big party for that. Show us some gameplay. Announced Ronda Rousey was going to be one of the voice actresses. But moving on, Gotham Knights. Maybe I'll get this when I get a PS5 one day. Maybe on sale.
I'm now on the fence about it. I mean, I don't like that they're pushing so much for people to get the next console. Like, I'm cool with my PlayStation 4. Like, I'm good. I don't like being pressured to do things, especially when it comes to money. So we'll see. I'll watch other people play it, and and I'll wait and see how the general populace feels about it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We'll get the nitty gritty. We'll get to know the game through other people.
So negatives, it's 2-player instead of 4-player. Not the best graphics. The side missions are pretty pointless, and it's not as fun combat as stealth as you think it's Batman Arkham. But then again, Warner Bros. Montreal didn't make Batman Arkham. They made Batman Arkham Origins, which is supposed to be a prequel. But positives.
And I also think Jason flies. I don't know.
That's another negative. Some of their gliding abilities makes no sense. He got like a Fortnite glider. Why is Jason jumping up and down? I know he came back from the Lazarus Pit, but I know Lazarus Pit people cannot be jumping on thin air. At least Batgirl has a grapple, and Robin, I forget what Robin has, but But I'm told Batgirl is like the best one to play. But that's the positive. It's still a Batman game, so if you're still interested in the story, you should still play it. And like customize the costumes. But like customize the costumes is like you gotta upgrade stuff. But that's all we have for Gotham Knights. Bayonetta 3 and God of War Ragnarok came out this fall, and that's it. Bayonetta 3, I'm hoping people are playing that, because Bayonetta 3, we've waited years for that, and it's like maybe Bayonetta is going to die in this one. But it's a big talk of the town, because Bayonetta has like a multiverse of herself, and she's fighting a different enemy other than the Lumen Sage, so I'm happy for it. And also a new character named Fiona. She has like a sword. She's not an Umbran Witch, she's human, but like she's trained with like Bayonetta. So shout out Bayonetta 3, only on Nintendo Switch. She's better than Dante.
I agree.
But the big talk of the town was just nominated for Game of the Awards, Game of the Year. Game Awards, Game of the Year against Elden Ring is God of War Ragnarok. So far, what I've seen, it's the same as 2018, but the story's kind of better. It has like some levels that take too long, that's kind of pointless, but so far, I like what I've seen it.
It's pretty popular. I have the one before that one, and I still have to play that one, even though I know everything that happens because spoilers. So, but I'm interested. I love mythology. Me and X have been talking about Ragnarok, and I've been talking about Ragnarok when I wasn't with X too. Everyone's been talking about it. There's so many memes around.
Yeah, Christopher Judge definitely is great. Shout out to Ryan Huss for playing Thor. I thought he was pretty good. Especially the beginning, the first hour in, that was disrespectful. So it plays just like 2018. You go and travel with Atreus, and then after an hour you're fighting one of the gods of Odin. So in this one you're fighting Odin. No, not Odin, Thor. And like he was whipping all behind.
Yes.
And well, not mine, but streamers behind when they was playing it. And then this the big one. He kills you just to give you a game over and said, I'll decide when we're done. And just to bring you back to life with his hammer. I'm like, okay,
Wow.
let's go.
Mad disrespect.
At least Kratos was talking trash about his son.
Right?
And then they hit the hammer together and they made a big ice tree. That was cool. But I enjoyed this. Odin was pretty chill. He was pretty funny. Like all the Norse gods was pretty funny in this. And I don't want to spoil it too much, but I actually enjoyed this more for the story. The combat was like, it was alright. It's kind of the same game, some upgrade stuff, but I enjoyed it. So shout out to Ragnarok.
I wish that Odin, I was telling X earlier, but I wish that Odin was bigger, you know? Like his character was physically bigger.
Yeah.
He looks like a frail old man, and I don't know, I want to see something different.
This is supposed to be more accurate to Norseology books instead of like the MCU, but like, he's not tall, but Thor is. Also, I don't like Heimdall. He was just annoying. Like, nah, Idris Elba only.
Right.
Yeah. But for the Game Awards, comes out soon. The Slander Awards, I'm definitely gonna watch Game Illuminati. Watch this. We gonna find somebody who's wearing blazers and jeans at the awards. That we don't wear blazers and jeans to awards. We wear entire suits.
Right. This isn't 2012 anymore. Not, the Jonas Brothers.
We're gonna have some presenters. Hosea, who sings "Take Me to Church," he's gonna be performing a song from God of War Ragnarok. We have some presenters like Youssef, who won Game of the Year for It Takes Two. The guy that said F the Oscars. But yeah, I still think God of War should win some awards. I know Christopher Judge is kind of black. I know Christopher Judge is black. He voices Kratos, but I think the 17-year-old girl that plays Amicia the Ruin in Plague's Tale 2 was acting a lot harder. I think she should win Best VA. Also, Plague's Tale Requiem is going to be a game that got swept under the rug this October.
I don't know much about Plague's Tale 2. Even though I just know that it's not available for me to play on my console.
Yeah, it's more exclusive on the Game Pass. It's free on the Game Pass, Xbox, but it's also on PC and PlayStation. Requiem is a fancy word for mass murder, which is different from the first one, which they were both innocent. And now too, they're traveling all throughout Europe, facing danger. Amicia got better with her accent. She got more weapons. Like every level, she has more weapons, like a crossbow, and she could throw rocks better. But Hugo, he's getting more cursed. He's getting to control rats more.
You guys probably heard me in the background. I've been playing the first one for a bit. I'm one of those gamers who don't like consistently play. Like I play when I have free time, or I play when I'm like stressed out, or when I'm in the mood to like sit down and really play. Some games can be stressful in a fun way, if that makes sense. But I was like making grunts and stuff over here because like it is so hard to play the first one because you're just a skinny, weak little white girl with a slingshot. What the hell is that gonna do? We're making potions, we putting people to sleep, like we're hiding. It's more like it's stealth oriented, you know. But I have high hopes for the second one. I might have to like hop on. I don't know if Plague Tale is on. Like, I don't know if Plague Tale is on. I'm gonna buy myself a Steam Deck. Guys.
Do you still have the game? I thought you had the game on PlayStation 4.
I have the game. I brought the. No. I have the game on my PlayStation. Sorry.
PlayStation 4?
Yes. I thought I had brought the physical, but I didn't. Sometimes I buy the physical game, and sometimes I just buy it on my PlayStation to save space.
To save space, okay.
Yeah.
It's not. Innocence is not free on the Game Pass anymore, so I never got to finish the game. I never got past the part in the beginning. Cause I can't stand stealth. Like I like linear choosable. I like linear optional stuff like Assassin's Creed or sometimes other games, but like you have to be in stealth for this. Even if you have access in the sequel, it's still mainly stealth because you run out of weapons quickly. And the knights ain't even the biggest problem in the sequel. It's going to be the rats. Like, if you're not near light or fire, the rats will kill you. Like, they eat you up, and it's game over. You gotta start over.
What I love about Plague Tale is that it's based on history, you know? You guys know about the bubonic plague. Like, that's what drew me to it. I was like, wow, I love games that take historic events and turn it into something else. Like, they recreate it, and I just thought that was so interesting. And that interest is keeping me forward, you know?
I mean, I heard in October, like a little while after the game came out, that rats are taking over New York right now.
Gross. Watch out.
And it's hard to kill them. Like ants. Moving on, that's all we have for gaming. I'm playing Persona 5 Royal on the Game Pass. Shout out that. A 500-hour plus game I'm never going to beat. Am I playing anything else new? I don't think so. I think that's about it. Is there any indie games? A lot of people. I'm surprised people like Sonic Frontiers and Stray. The game about the cat that's on PS5. It's nominated for the Game Awards.
Is this an indie game?
Yeah, it's an indie game.
I think it's because I saw a different a Twitch streamer. I don't follow her. She just popped up in my feed. She was talking about how the cat game is. Oh, that never mind. I was thinking of a different cat game. Yeah. I've been playing Life is Strange because life is stressful. So
Life is Stranger Things.
I've been playing playing that, and I've been playing the first one, of course. I've been Twitch streaming it. You can follow me on Twitch if you want to. I usually just I'm inconsistent, so it's whatever, but it's High T Bandits. High, and then all caps T, and then capital B for the Bandits. High T Bandits on Twitch if you're interested. So I've been playing Life is Strange, and then I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn, because Horizon Forbidden West is the second one. Yeah.
You haven't touched that one, though. I bought you that months ago.
I know, but I can't play that one before I play the first. I have to finish the first one. I have to do it. It will be done.
I played Arkham City before I played Knight and then Arkham Asylum. But okay. If Stray wins Game of the Year, we riot. We're not letting a cat beat Elden Ring, Melania, or Kratos. No. No. Oh, I'm looking up emails right now. Can I pick my top 5 players' voice right now? Jeff Keighley. No, my laptop still won't let me vote. I tried it. I don't feel like going there. Forget it. If round 3 lets me vote, so be it. All right, down to music. That's our last topic for tonight. We have Wawa Welcome America 4th of July concert. We have the Adult Swim Festival Day 1 featuring One of the Jewels. We have Made in America Festival Day 1 highlight. The highlight of the night was Tyler the Creator. And I love the 90s. I have Phillies versus Mets game. I met Jahlil Beats in the... Now, we're not going to talk about this, but shout out to Meek Mill's Dream of Nightmares 10-year anniversary. I remember I had the CD, the clean version. My mom and auntie would not let me listen to it. But I still listen to it digitally. So shout out him. Only 23. I'm a boss. Rose. Okay. You and I were both at the Wawa Welcome America before the fireworks went off and somebody was shooting on the other side and we had to run through a stampede. But how did you enjoy the concert before that? We had Ava Max, Tori Kelly, and Jason Derulo.
So my memories get a little clouded because of the shooting, but before that, I was really enjoying like when Kelly was the opening act, and I could tell like not a lot of people knew her music, so she started singing like old Philly favorites. I can't think of any right now, but Lauryn Hill.
I think she was singing. Was she singing Lauryn Hill? I thought she was singing Michael Jackson.
It could have been it, or it could have been both. I can't remember. It's been a minute.
I remember her song "It Should Have Been Us." I like that. And also Season Sing 2, which was on Netflix at the time.
That's where I know her from. Yeah, she has a very nice voice, but I didn't know like the music or the album that she was performing off of. But I thought she was cool. I loved her little she had these beautiful like fishnet gym fingerless gloves, and it was just so casual but like upscale, and I just thought that was so interesting. But anyway, I enjoyed the most Jason. Is it Jason Derulo? Yeah. Jason Derulo, not because he is fit, but because he was I could dance along. Yeah, you know, he even did his TikTok like specials and shit. Yeah, oops,
it's okay. I already got put it as an explicit episode already. But yeah, he was playing all the hits. I enjoyed it, and also because he was performing 1 or 2 years prior, but then the quarantine happened, so he didn't get to perform. Him and Octavia, I forgot her last name, but the lady that played what was that historic movie? Was it Sojourn Truth? No, it was who led the freedom, the Underground Railroad? Harriet Tubman, I think so. Harriet, yes, he played Harriet. But yeah, that was a great night. Besides the aftermath, I went to the Adult Swim Festival Day 1. One of the Jewels was hosting. It was at the Fillmore. It was good. They had a Wendy's Crane game with gifts. I didn't do it because I showed up late. But they were showing Adult Swim shows like Rick and Morty, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Metalocalypse, which is a Deathlock. I was on the fence about seeing the metal band Deathlock, but I hope. No, that was Saturday. I had to work Saturday. That was the only reason. Like, they was giving us a complimentary tickets, so I got to see them Friday, and I got to take a picture with a Rick and Morty float. What else was there? The food was okay. I think I had like human wok for the first time. It was spicy. I couldn't finish it. Did I say wok food? It was a wok food that's always like a halal wok, halal Japanese noodles shop that's always in Philly. But it was my first time trying to catch it. The food was spicy. Anyway, moving on. One of the Jewels. I wanted to hear One of the Jewels for a while because it's Killer Mike. It was live packed people. It was great. It was loud, but it was great. A 1 hour performance. Like, and they've been the number one artists I've been listening to in Apple Music. Like Legend Has It, Close Your Eyes and Count the F, Call Tickerton, Just with Pharrell. Yeah, I'll show you the songs afterwards, but they're great. Also, the songs is in Road Company. But yeah, I wish I could have seen Def Luck. I hope they're performing again. I hope Metalocalypse is coming back to Adult Swim. That's what I heard. Like maybe next year. Yeah. Also, most of the songs have been like on these Batman metal music videos.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. Some of the songs, some of Def Leppard's songs is on the Bat Metal Forever videos. But moving on, awaken, take the land that must be taken. Moving on, shout out Wonder Jewels. Made in America Festival Day 1. I'm trying to remember all the artists. I didn't see Day 2 with Bad Bunny. I saw Day 1, which was Jasmine Sullivan. The headline was Tyler the Creator, and what was the third one? I'm forgetting one. It was like Labor Day weekend. I don't know if you
I love Jasmine Sullivan. Like, that is my girl. I grew up with her. Like, I know all of her songs except for her newest album. I haven't really listened to it. Put It Down is my favorite. I sing that to my partner all the time. If you know, you know. But I know all her old songs. Like me and my mom, we are Jasmine Sullivan fans. Ugh. Sometimes I hate her.
Yeah, I was late. I didn't get to see her perform. I busted windows out your car, but the second half, yeah, she was great. I had to see Lil Uzi Vert through the grass because he was on the he wasn't on the Rocky stage, he was on the Liberty stage. It was my second time seeing him perform because 2021 he was a surprise guest, him and Meek Mill. Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion was performing. Then she got off stage and like randomly Meek Mill came on stage and Lil Uzi Vert. But yeah, Lil Uzi Vert was performing. He had a mohawk. And then Tyler the Creator, he was the last performance. He was cool. He was cool with me. I think one time he was roasting the crowd. Somebody was in an Igor pink suit, but other than that, he was pretty cool. I don't know like the Tyler the Creator fan base, but he was performing some of the hits. You know, have you seen Tyler the Creator or only Jaden Smith?
I've seen so when I've seen Jaden Smith, Tyler the Creator was the last performer, and I like his energy. He's so sarcastic and asshole-ish, but like likable, you know? And weird. You gotta be weird if you're gonna wear like a bowl cut blonde wig, you get what I'm saying? So you seen him in the look, right? It's a bowl cut.
He didn't have it for this performance. He had the this was his last tour date of Call Me If You Get Lost, where he's dressed like a lumberjack. Some of the hits I like, Lumberjack. He has DJ Drama on the album. See You Again. What's the one I'm forgetting? See You Again, but there was also one on the same Flower Boy album. I made him play Cast In Cast Out. I thought Pharrell and 21 Savage was going to come out. He did perform Earthquake and New Magic Wand. See You Again. 911. I think that was it. What's Your Name? I don't remember Yonkers. That's about it. Moving on. Shout out to Made in America Festival. So we talk about Phillies first, or should I talk about Jahlil Beats first?
We kind of already discussed sports. You said Phillies, right?
No. The Phillies versus Met game. I love the '90s concert. Afterwards, the Phillies won, and then we got to see '90s artists like it was open. You said I. Hang on. It was introduced like the first 10 minutes by DJ the Magnificent Jazzy Jeff from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was cool, but then the main 3-stage act was wide bass. You know, it takes two to make a thing go right. Yeah. It takes two to make it outside. Yeah, I want to rock right now. I'm wide bass and I came to get down.
Yeah.
I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock a microphone.
It was a 90s party. If you know 90s music, then you know the vibe.
Yeah. Rob Bass, the second artist was Rob Bass, Tone Loc. I don't remember that many Tone Loc songs, but it ended with Vanilla Ice, and I forgot he had ladies on stage. He had a Michelangelo, what's the word? Like the fanatic, the Phillies fanatic. He had a Michelangelo mascot. I forgot he had a TMNT song. I totally forgot that, but we all know Ice Ice Baby. Right. But yeah, it was a great night. But the last music talk, we don't really have any albums to talk about because Viva Las Vengeance. Have I talked about Panic at the Disco Viva Las Vengeance album? I don't think I have. I've talked about Pusha T's Is Almost Dry. I like that album. I don't think I've talked about Panic at the Disco's Viva Las Vengeance, but maybe I should talk about that for the holiday album, like top albums of the year. I still haven't finished Big Steppers. I know it's been months. Any other albums? Beyonce's album, Don't Roast Me. I've only heard the hits. I haven't heard the whole album.
I haven't listened to the whole thing either.
Also, Taylor Swift's Midnight just came out in October or November, and people were paying a bunch of money to get the pre-sale tickets for 2023. I've not. It'd be cool if I get a free ticket to a concert, but I have not heard a new album. So there's a lot of albums I have been behind on because I've been too busy.
I'm not big on I don't listen to full albums. I know that En Vogue is coming. I don't know if it's it's probably to the Met in January. I kept seeing that all over. You know what? I'm not even gonna sing. It.
Also, Maxwell was coming to the Met. I don't remember if he's performing tonight. Oh, he missed Michelle Obama at the Met.
I knew she was coming. I do see billboards and stuff around. I've been listening to Little Sims.
We missed Maxwell, Leela James, and Skeet Carter last night. Anyways, not that many albums. A lot of albums to talk about, but not a lot of time because we gotta cut this short. Oh, and Disturbed is back with a new album.
I'll give it a listen.
Yeah, the heavy metal band. You know what I'm talking about.
Of course. You know my emo days.
The last music thing I was going to talk about is we had Jahlil Beats come to Rowan University campus for music industry students. Had a little seminar, show us how he made Hot Ninja by Bobby Shmurda. You know, Mitch called about a week ago. Yep. He also made a lot of Meek Mill's tracks, so he's like a Philly hero, like I'm a Boss, yeah. Amen, Burn. Some of his old hits too, like Rose Red and My Diamonds Blue. But yeah, it was good. It was good to meet him, hear his outtakes on how he makes music. He doesn't use EQ, so he keeps the music all loud for party music. But it was great meeting him. I wrote some down, but not a lot. I was just listening. But it's crazy. I was in middle school listening to Meek Mill hits. Now I'm like 23. I don't listen to him as much, but I'm meeting the man that made the beats. Yeah. People are texting me, but it's the end of the podcast anyway. It was like 2 hours, maybe like 2 hours and a half. But this was fun. Any last things you want to say, Punky Ail? We might cut this out, but we were talking earlier, like you might want to do your own podcast. You already have the name, but you don't have the idea out yet.
Right. I know what it's going to be called. It's going to be called Pretty Pothead Podcast, but I don't know what I'm going to talk about or what I'm going to do yet. But stay tuned if you guys are interested. I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll keep it very general. Like I'll just do I want to do a podcast for Black alternative girls, you know? But there might already be that out there. I don't know.
You might have a female guest.
Right. And what it's like to be in your 20s and figuring out life and stuff, and what it's like to be a young Black female, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I don't know. Lots of that. I'm throwing around ideas, but stay tuned. You might see it pop up. next year, maybe.
Okay. So the next episode, I might do one where we talk about how disturbing media or gory media is a new norm. I might do one about financial literacy, but the next episode is going to be Christmas New Year episode, end of 2022 episode. So thank you all for listening. This is XXC signing off. Peace.